for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, how's it going? Just Sarah today. And no Ethan, but Diana. How about that? You know her, you love her by now. And Ethan's gone. So Diana got the phone call.
Hey,
dark and early to wake up well, right?
I'm still prying my eyes open.
Yes.
Good morning.
Modern day marketing, Diana Tyndall. I don't know if you know her. That's not how I know her. She's just a friend of mine, but you might know her from that. So thank you for your time. It is Friday. That makes everything better, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm ready for the weekend. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, we begin with some great news for everybody. Here you go. Rejoice, because the Highway 6065 interchange is back open. Yes. Earlier than expected. I know. James River Freeway is moving smoothly for your morning drive, or at least should be today, because all of the on and off ramps are open. The highways are open. They got the sinkhole filled. Nobody fell in, which is great news. And again, they did it earlier than they were anticipating. So this is really great.
I tested that out for you guys last night, and it is smooth sailing, y'all. Smooth sailing. I was just glad to not be rerouted all the way through. God knows how far.
Listen, it was insanity, because I got, was it Monday at like 9? It was kind of, should have been past rush hour, but not really, because I was over on the Evans Road Bridge and I was just hanging out, just chilling, because there's so many cars. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. I mean, it happened more than once, but that was like the one that I forgot to do my like stealth through the neighborhoods move. And then I was like, darn it. Anyway.
Slow down, you crazy woman.
Yeah, seriously. That's me. All right. Now to this. It's going to be likely out with the old, in with the new. A 100-year-old plus building on Commercial Street at Washington is very likely going to be demolished. The owner says it's been a very tough decision, but to try to restore it would be very, very costly, because it hasn't been kept up. So now some local historians are very much hoping that it and others like it can be saved. So
yeah.
I do love C Street, and I love everything about it. I love the history. I love the little local restaurants. But yeah, I think to restore a building that is well past its prime, that hasn't been like kept up, is probably, gosh, I can't even imagine the price.
A small fortune. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, Sarah told you this yesterday, but Amazon is hiring for the holidays. Guess how many?
I already know.
People. Well, yeah,
250,000, but that's nationwide,
right?
But
locally, how many positions they have locally? 600, y'all. So if you need a job, Amazon's where it is at. Apparently, you can find full-time work, obviously part-time work, or seasonal job work. So save up some extra cash for the holidays, thanks to Amazon.
I was going to say it's kind of good timing too for the holiday, because of the holidays, you know.
Absolutely.
I think yesterday we were reporting it was between $17 and $28 per hour. And then some drivers make over that. I think it's like if it requires like a CDL or whatever you call it, like a special license, you know. So
I thought you were going to say a bonus based on how fast you delivered the packages.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know.
We probably can't do that, because that would require people be, driving.
Yeah, you need to do this safely. Yes, of course.
All right. Kickapoo High School was the backdrop for a new bill aimed at helping public schools. Governor Parson was there yesterday to ceremonially sign House Bill number 2, which gives millions of dollars to public education. He says investing in high schools is the bedrock for a good, solid future workforce, so that graduates are work ready as soon as they finish their schooling. Talking about VOTEC programs and just all sorts of skills training, funding, so that you're ready to hit the ground running.
Wow, that's great. Well, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, is bringing 200 jobs to Kansas City. I feel like there's like a jobs theme going on this morning.
I know. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, they're having a new regional headquarters, and they'll likely be in that location for 10 years. And My dad works for the FAA. So
That's cool. What does
yeah.
he do?
He is a retired from the Air Force. So he has this like medical Air Force flight training. He's a doctor. So he is the guy that reviews pilots' medical records. So any pilot that has maybe done some not good stuff like drugs or mental health or things like that and goes through a process, or maybe they have a vision problem, right? So it's good to know that the FAA is on that and making sure that pilots are, flying planes that are responsible and have gone through proper protocols. So
I think we've done our fair share of stories about pilots who got inebriated. Yeah. But I guess your dad's
it's kind of after the fact
that up because that would kind of be after the fact.
I don't know. I'm probably messing up exactly what his job is, but in a nutshell, he's the doctor that reviews pilots. Yeah.
That's awesome. Go, Dad, go. I love that.
Yeah, thanks, Dad, for your service, right? 800 active duty military members, speaking of military, they've been sent to the U.S.-Mexico border. Already, we have 2,500 National Guard members there. Federal authorities say they were needed with a massive influx of illegal border crossings. Earlier this week, in just one day, agents reported 3,000 migrants crossing over just one small juncture. So just...
All right. I've seen some video from there. So man.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday wishes are in order for the Branson Police Department. And surprisingly, I don't know if you're surprised by this, but I was. They're 110 years old.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Doesn't that seem old? I mean, then I'm like, well, I guess Missouri's old, obviously. And then you have all the cities. I don't know. 110 years for the police department. So many folks stopped by yesterday to eat some birthday cake, congratulate all the men and women who are serving the community. So thank you to them and congratulations on another birthday.
Before that, maybe they just had the bald knobbers running around town. Right?
Yeah, seriously. No doubt.
I'm like, what was even before Branson Police Department? I'm sure, sheriff.
I met a bald knobber family member, like old, like distant relative, and they were telling me all about some like just cool and crazy stories about the bald knobbers, but it was neat.
Oh boy.
Little history lesson. All right. So can you believe this weather? Honestly, it does not feel like summertime, and I love summer, and I should be sad, but it does feel a little pleasant out there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I like it a lot too.
Yes. My husband just would be upset that I wasn't like showing my loyalty to summer because we lament the fact that fall is so short. It's so short.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, just so you know, tomorrow officially kicks off fall. So tomorrow is the day where it is indeed fall. And with that comes lots and lots of fall festivals.
Yes. Can I start saying it's fall, y'all? It's fall, y'all.
It's fall, y'all. It's time. It's time.
And speaking of Branson, this is a cool fall festival. You can head to Shepherd of the Hills Pumpkin Fest. You can find pumpkin painting, hay rides, even make your own scarecrow. Although this is a ticketed event, and you can find tickets online at shepherdofthehills.com. It looks like tickets range anywhere from $15 to $36, depending on how cool of an experience you want and what activities you want to do. But it looks like kids' tickets are only $13. So
yeah,
sounds like a fun thing.
I know. Shepherd of the Hills is cool. I mean, I think
I have never been there.
Oh, you haven't? It is a really, really cool place. And I love it. So maybe people will pay for it because it is a special location, but there's a lot of free pumpkin festivals too.
True.
So I feel like that there's going to be competition.
Have you
I don't know.
Have you gotten your pumpkins yet?
No,
are you like an early pumpkin buyer?
It's funny because I would tell you no, but then my daughters get really excited about fall specifically. They like the pumpkins. They like the candles. They like the wreath that has the leaves on it that are like yellow, orange. I mean, honestly, we haven't put it out yet, which is a little bit surprising with my girls. So what about you?
I bought tiny pumpkins yesterday.
How, like real ones, right?
Yeah.
Or the little fake ones?
No, it's the little tiny one. I do have fake ones.
But
I
you
do
bought
like
real
the
ones?
plastic. I like the plastic fake ones. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But like,
No, I do too. I do too
buying-
because
yeah.
they last and they through the season. Last year we bought the pumpkins, real ones, too early, and then some of them rotted before Halloween because I like to
Yeah.
stretch it to the end of October if possible, and I couldn't.
Well, did you carve into them? If you carve into them, I feel like you need 2 rounds of pumpkins to do that.
Right.
Like if you're going to
Yeah,
carve
it's
into them
true.
early, but yeah, if they rotted just without carving,
Yeah.
then maybe they were just bad pumpkins.
Well, I think Griffin had something to do with it, to be honest with you.
Blame it on the kid.
I'm like, what exactly happened? Because he has a bow and arrow.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Target
He's like,
practice.
well, you
Yeah.
see, I took it. But like, then he put it back. So I was confused. I'm like, wait, did he move?
Funny.
Because normally he wouldn't put it back. Let's be honest. It would still be sitting in the backyard. But then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. So anyway,
That's funny.
needless
Cool.
to say, yes. All right. And then, so yeah, that one is in Branson. Also one in Lockwood. I mean, there's a bunch, but we're just highlighting a couple. There's one in Lockwood this weekend. Kicks off what they call September Days, an annual event there put on by the Optimist Club. And they have a car show, a parade, vendor booths, inflatables, food trucks, and much, much more. They have a schedule online. If you go to aroundtheozarks.com, you can look at our events calendar, and there's a million of them on there. So take your pick based on where you geographically live. And I'm pretty sure that you will find something in your neck of the woods.
Awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
It is. I know. Tis the season, right? Right on cue. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all we got.
Yeah.
I so appreciate it.
Happy to fill in anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Ethan will be back on Monday. So we'll see you
Yes.
then. Otherwise, have a happy weekend
Yay.
and a happy
Friday.
work day before your weekend.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We have made it to the end of the week, and overall, it's been pretty pleasant across the Ozarks weather-wise this week. And now we will be dealing with a few rain chances and even some thunderstorms as we get closer to the weekend. If you've got outdoor plans, you definitely want to pay attention to this forecast. I do have a small chance for rain and even some thunderstorm activity in the forecast today. We will have some dry time out there on this Friday, but I'm expecting rain and storms to impact us as we head into this afternoon, and in particular as we get closer to this evening. Unsettled weekend weather. That's really the headline for you. I'm expecting that we see a high temperature right around 78 degrees today. We'll have a good deal of cloud cover around as well. South wind in the forecast on this Friday, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Nothing too strong. Unsettled though for the weekend. Not only do I have that rain and storm chance in there for you later this afternoon and this evening, but also a daily chance for rain exists in this forecast all the way through the early part of next week. This does not mean that we won't have any dry time. I think you have some windows to get outdoors, and I want to show you how this breaks down because there will be ample opportunity to enjoy the nice weather, the comfortable temperatures really every single day. Today, partly sunny with scattered showers and thunderstorms, about a 40% chance for rain during the day. And then I think that goes up into about 70% as we head into this evening. On Saturday, there's an increasing thunderstorm chance late in the day into Saturday night. Now, this is the one that has the potential to carry some severe weather risk with it. So especially if you have plans late on Saturday, make sure you're paying attention to the forecast. This is where you might consider rescheduling events, especially if you have anything going on outside on Saturday night. Pockets of very heavy rainfall will be possible, and then showers and thunderstorms will continue through early in the morning on Sunday. Even on Sunday, I think we get some dry time in the forecast, but it does look likely that we'll see a good deal of rainfall in the rain gauge areas west of Highway 65, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall expected just through the weekend. We will monitor for flooding potential this weekend as well. Some of you got a nice little soaker just the other night. 2 inches of rainfall, 3 inches of rainfall reported in extreme southwest Missouri. So we put another 1 to 2 on top of that. We'll have to monitor for some low-lying spots. particularly important for any of you planning to spend the weekend outdoors camping or floating and enjoying the nice, comfortable temperatures. I mentioned that chance for some strong thunderstorms on Saturday night. I think the real risk here would be for wind and hail. It's something that we're watching, though. It's a big, expansive storm system that's going to be impacting a big portion of the country. And when we look at who could expect severe weather, the risk extends all the way from portions of Texas and Louisiana back up through portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, us here in the Ozarks and Missouri, portions of eastern Kansas, and then even up into Nebraska and portions of Iowa, expecting to see some thunderstorm activity over the weekend. With that will come this big push of cooler fall weather that's going to be settling back up into the upper plains. Throughout this time period, I have temperatures that are near normal. Today, pretty comfortable in the forecast with a high temperature of 78 degrees. We are starting the day in the 60s, not necessarily jacket weather today, but you'll want to have the rain gear handy. That's all weekend long. I do want to emphasize that the weekend's not a washout. There will be some opportunities to get outdoors. High temperatures on Saturday, they should make it into the low 80s. I have 82 degrees for your high temperature there. I think we're back into the upper 70s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. And then we might see numbers come back up into the 80s as we round out the month of September. That happens late next week. Around the country, well, this weekend, you're going to be hearing about the activity out in the Atlantic. Tropical storm warnings will be raised likely for the east coast of the United States as some tropical activity is churning out there. We are really seeing a whole lot of tropical activity in the Atlantic waters. So I think we're going to see some headlines come out of there next week. Severe storms then in the forecast for the Midwest. I already touched on that, but that's what we're expecting here in the Ozarks late Saturday night. And fall officially arrives this weekend. It's the autumnal equinox early on Saturday. It happens at 1:50 in the morning. So fall officially begin on Saturday. And with some of the rain and storms around and the cooler weather, it's already kind of got that fall feel to the air. I am expecting that we see lows that stay pretty comfortable, 50s and 60s through the weekend. All right, here is a look at the wake up weather brain twister question. This is the one that I left you with yesterday, and only two choices. It's a tough one, though. I saw some differences, almost a 50-50 guess there on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page, where some folks were chiming in with their guesses. Here's the question. Are pumpkins a fruit or a vegetable? What do you think? I have always thought they were a vegetable, and I was always wrong because they are a fruit, and it has to do with the definition of the fruit. It's got to do with the seeds. I don't know about you. One of my favorite things to do is pull those seeds out, roast them up at pumpkin carving time. And by the way, I just saw this. I do not have TikTok, but you know how you sometimes get the TikTok videos served to you on Instagram? That's how I saw this. And apparently it's a pretty viral TikTok thing going around that you can make your pumpkins last a little bit longer. I sometimes have had a problem with purchasing them too early. Then we get the really warm temperatures. They sit in direct sunlight and then they look kind of wimpy by the time you actually get to Halloween. I just saw something though that said you can extend your pumpkin's life by a few months if you wash it off really well after you buy it from the store or the pumpkin patch, wherever you get it, or if you grow them. Make sure you get all the dirt off of it and then spray it down with vinegar or give it some sort of vinegar bath. Let it dry, and then you buy Mod Podge and paint that on there. And apparently your pumpkin will last until Christmas if you do this. I don't know if it's true. I'm probably going to try it this year because I do feel like we get a little soggy or something with the pumpkins on the porch because they sit in direct sunlight. So I don't know. If you want to try it too, we will see if it works. All right, here is your wake up weather brain twister question for next week. Once again, a 50-50 shot. I must be feeling pretty generous. True or false? On the autumnal equinox, which happens on Saturday morning, the hours of daylight and nighttime are equal. No Googling, but let me know if you think that is a true or false statement. I will have the answer for you first thing on Monday morning. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep the rain gear handy this weekend, and I will chat with you early next week. If you need weather information over the weekend, make sure you check out the website. You can do that at www.aroundtheozarks.com.